Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Engineering Education. I am Arshad. If you like my videos, please subscribe and share my channel. Today we are going to start lecture series or video series regarding outcome-based education. Lecture number 1 is about the fundamentals of outcome-based education in the field of engineering. The contents are introduction, OBE framework, mapping of program educational objectives, program learning outcomes, and course learning outcomes. Bloom's taxonomy will be discussed. Also, course learning outcomes will be discussed for a course. First of all, why we need OBE, outcome-based education? The answer is, this is the way forward even in advanced countries like US today. Most of the US universities are going for OBE accreditation. OBE stands for American Board for Engineering and Technology. This is an accreditation professional body. Most of universities in Gulf are also going for OBE accreditation. OBE helps students in their international employability as well. Governments need to reassure their citizens or the people that the huge education budgets are yielding quality graduates. Some basic terms which are very important to discuss related to outcome-based education system. There are university vision, university mission, department program mission, program educational objectives, also called PEOs, program learning outcomes, also called PLOs, course learning outcomes, it is also called CLOs. Then mapping of CLOs with PLOs. How mapping is done in between CLOs and PLOs. Finally, mapping of CLOs with Bloom's taxonomy. How course learning outcomes are mapped, linked with Bloom's taxonomy. This is the OBE framework basically. On one side we have outcomes, on another side we have assessment or evaluation. There are three important areas or section: institution, program and course. We have institutional outcomes, mission or vision. Then we have program outcomes, which includes PEOs and PLOs. Similarly, we also have course learning outcomes, CLOs. Then CLOs are linked with course planning and delivery, which consist of syllabus, teaching methods, learning activities and assessment tools. On the basis of CLOs, once the students appears in the exams, course assessment is carried out. Then PLOs, program assessment. PLOs are assessed, and after that PEOs and program mission is assessed. So this is basically the assessment side, and this is the outcome side. and this is done with the help of industry and professional organization to get the feedback from them regarding the graduates to improve the program educational objectives and course learning outcomes, etc. Level of outcomes. There are 3 levels of outcomes as we discussed. Program educational objectives. They are 3 to 5 years, few years after graduation, 3 to 5 years. It is these outcomes are, we have these outcomes from 3 to 5 years. Program learning outcomes. There are 12 numbers of PLOs and we see it upon graduation. Third, we have course learning outcomes and we see it upon course completion. The number of CLOs are 3 to 4 for a course. Linkage of PEOs with university vision, university mission, and program mission or department mission. There is slight difference between department and program. Department is basically the physical infrastructure and people, faculty and staff, etc. While program is the degree which is awarded to a student. That is, for example, BSc Civil Engineering, BSc Mechanical Engineering, BSc Electrical, BSc Industrial, etc. So, program educational objectives are mapped with the university vision, HEI vision, also called HEI vision, HEI mission. HEI stands for Higher Education Institution, or it is also called university. Program learning outcomes are 12. First, engineering knowledge. Second, problem analysis. Third, design or development of solution. Fourth, investigation. Fifth, modern tool usage. Sixth, the engineer and society. Seventh, environment and sustainability. Eighth, ethics. Ninth, individual and teamwork. 10th, communication. 11th, project management. 12th, lifelong learning. Program learning outcomes are almost same for all fields of engineering, including electrical, mechanical, civil, industrial, mechatronics, chemical, mining, etc. Then these PLOs are linked with PEOs. PLOs and PEOs mapping chart. PLOs are linked with PEOs over here. That which PLO is linked with PEO. So if you look to, for example, if we consider one PLO, that is engineering knowledge, so that is linked with PEO number 1 and PEO number 2. For example, program educational objective PEO 1 is related with career of engineer. Second is related to research, and third is related to ethics. So engineering knowledge is covering career and research. Similarly, if we take PLO number 3, that is design or development of solutions. So it covers all 3 PEOs. Course learning outcome. Basically, by the end of course, what the students will learn. This is all about course learning outcome. Silos for a course. How silos are linked with program learning outcomes. For example, we have semester number, that is suppose second semester, course code of engineering education course EE201 for example, and the course name is engineering education, and its silos are silo number 1 and silo number 2. So these silo number 1 of the course and silo number 2 of the course are linked with program learning outcomes. For example, silo number 1 is covering PLO number 1, that is engineering knowledge. Silo number 1 is also covering problem analysis. Suppose similarly silo 2 will cover the third PLO, that is development of solution, etc. Bloom's taxonomy. There are 3 domains of Bloom's taxonomy. First one is cognitive domain, and it is related with thinking and knowledge. There are 6 categories of this domain from C1 to C6. Second is psychomotor domain, which is related to doing and skills. There are 7 categories of this domain from P1 to P7. Similarly, the third domain is affective domain, which is related to feeling and attitude. Here are 5 categories of this domain, A1 to A5. This is the cognitive domain as discussed from C1 to C6. There are 3 orders: lower order, intermediate order, higher order. C1, C2 are considered as lower order. C3, C4 are considered as intermediate order levels. C5 and C6 are high order levels. C1 is basically knowledge. C2 is related with comprehension. C3 is related to application. C4 is related to analysis. C5 is related to synthesis. And C6 is related to evaluation. Psychomotor domain. As discussed, it varies from P1 to P7. Again, it has 3 orders: lower order, intermediate and higher order. P1, P2 are lower order levels, P3, P4 are intermediate level orders, and P5, P6 and P7 are higher order levels. You see here that the definition of each level is given, and the sample verbs which can be used to formulate the CLOs for a course, verbs are picked from here. Third is affective domain, which is related to feeling and attitudes. It varies from A1 to A5. A1, A2 are lower order levels. A3, A4 are intermediate level orders, and A5 is high order level. So A1 is basically receiving, A2 is responding, A3 is valuing, A4 is organization, and A5 is internalizing. Again, sample verbs are mentioned over here. These verbs are chosen from here to formulate the CLOs of a course. Normally, cognitive domain is covered in theory courses, while psychomotor and affective domains are covered in the lab courses. Steps for OBE for a program. If a university is interested to accredit its program with a professional body, that is ABET or BEC, British Engineering Council, or any professional body which accredits various engineering programs, so for that they need to develop program mission, develop program educational objectives, develop program learning outcomes, also called student outcomes, SOs, according to the standards which are given by ABET or BEC. BEC stands for British Engineering Council. Also to develop course learning outcomes for various courses, including in the curriculum. Please, this is all about the fundamentals of outcome-based education. Please subscribe my channel if you like my videos. Thank you.